Hey guys, Jackie, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by today's title, we have a very exciting video today. I've been keeping this away from you guys from my Hawaii vlog, but if you guys haven't watched those yet, I'll leave it up top as well as down below for you guys to catch up. But to sum it up, y'all girl spent a little bit out of budget on her recent trip in Hawaii. Now, this is my first ever time luxury shopping in Hawaii. Well, my first time being in Hawaii, but I recently went back in November, and honestly, I didn't think the deals would be this good. Obviously, I've heard and read about it, but I didn't know that the deals were actually this good. I actually didn't expect myself to go shopping. I didn't have a wish list or anything. I literally just went on a trip with the intention of just browsing, window shopping. So what happened was, after dinner one night, my cousins and I decided to go shopping because we lived right by Luxury Row, which is a strip of like luxury stores. Valentino was there, Dior, Chanel was there, Louis was there, and like some other luxury brands. Decided to pop into LV because one of my cousins wanted to get something for her significant other for Christmas. I remember so vividly, right when we walked in, they assigned an essay to us, and our essay was like this really handsome guy. His name is Lich, and like honestly, I was starstruck. He first brought us to the men's section upstairs, and we were browsing for wallets for maybe about like 30 minutes or so. He gave us his personal input on like each of the items that my cousin was looking at. Super helpful, super nice, and he made the whole experience like super welcoming. Okay, that's a lot of supers. Then after she decided on one, he brought us back downstairs to check out, and I was just kind of browsing around the women's section, not really looking for anything. And at one point I turned to Carmen and I was like, you know what, like it would be so funny if they actually had this bag in store, because I've never seen it anywhere outside of Instagram. And I showed her this picture from a repost like fan page, and I've personally never seen it on any person outside of like Instagram posts. So I really wanted to just see it in person and like feel it, see what's my vibe, because I love the color of it, and I just didn't know how like small it was actually gonna be, or like the spatial whatever practicality of it. It was super embarrassing because again, like I didn't intend on getting this bag, so I had done zero research. I didn't even know what it was called. So I went up to Lish and I was like, hey, do you guys have like this little pouchette in the store? And he was like, oh, the easy pouch and strap. And I was like, yeah, that one. And he was like, you're lucky, we actually just got stock. So he brought us to this little corner and he was like, sit here, please wait, let me get the bag for you. Goes, pulls out a drawer, and then he takes like this little dust bag out, and he was bringing it over, and when he uncovered it, I was honestly in shock. The bag was much more prettier in person, and I was so shook that I didn't know what to do. He presented it to me and I was just like, is this happening? The moment seemed so surreal to me that I didn't even know how to react. I just sat there and I was staring at it, and he was like, it must have been awkward for him too. The moment just seemed so surreal because again, like I've never seen this color on any person. I've only seen it on like reposts, so I thought the color didn't actually exist. The color in the picture seemed a little bit edited, so I didn't know exactly what color it was. I was thinking maybe it was supposed to be like a white color, but the person put a filter on it, so it was kind of like creamish. I didn't know what to expect. So when I saw the bag, I was like, wow, like it's really pretty, it's a masterpiece. And then he goes to put the straps on for me, and I was trying it out in the mirror. Immediately sold. I kid you not, I just kept smiling. I didn't know what the fuck was happening. He was saying something I couldn't hear. I was just so focused on the image in the mirror. It was so pretty on. I've never decided on a bag that quickly before, especially with something I didn't plan on getting it in the first place. I vaguely remember him saying that the strap was convertible, so I just took off the bag and I was like, hey, like you said it was convertible, like how does it work? He extended the strap by unbuckling the closure and it became a crossbody, and I was just like, wow, we love a multifunctional. He also said it comes with a chain strap, which is so in right now. I was honestly sold at this point. I came back and I was sitting down. I was like, okay, Jackie, relax, like let's think it through. It's gonna be over $1,000. It's a big splurge. Do you really need it? It's not that practical. I was trying to argue in my head whether to purchase it or not, and I just asked him, I said, hey, like I know it comes in black, do you have the black in the store? And he says, yes, we do, but just to forewarn you, it is a day and night difference. It's gonna look completely different. I would just stick to the cream if this is the color that you've been wanting. And I did think about the pros and cons. A black bag is obviously so much easier to manage versus a light color cream color bag. So I was sitting there weighing out my options, and he's like, you know what, let me check the inventory of this style for you. And he said, oh, I see why you can't find it in New York. There's only 3 in New York. And I was thinking, wow, what a chance that I'll be buying a display item if I were to ever get it in New York. And then I just sat there, I didn't react, and I was just thinking it over, and he said, oh yeah, by the way, there's only 16 on this island. And I was like, what? Are you telling me this is like a limited stock thing? But it's one of those things that you see on Instagram occasionally through like reposts and stuff, and you're wondering if you will ever see it in person because it's such like a limited stock kind of thing. It's like I said, it's not a classic, so most stores usually won't display it. So here I'm thinking it's a once in a lifetime experience. Like, how often am I gonna be traveling to Hawaii for shopping? And I was just like trying to convince myself to get it, because I still cannot get over the fact that I'll be spending over $1,000 on anything for myself. Honestly, I just never really focused on like materialistic things growing up. I'm not a flashy person. I don't like wearing all designers and stuff like that. Obviously I have like tiny pieces for my personal mini milestones, but that's my mentality. I never really like to spend it too much on anything for myself, especially. So this bag was definitely one of the few times that I'll be actually spending that much on myself. So I really had to think it through. And Lish, on the other hand, was like, hey, you know, you've been looking for the cream for so long, it's in front of you, I think it's a great opportunity. And at this point, I didn't do much research on it, like I said, but I did look up the pricing when I was being brought over to the station that we're currently at. I quickly looked it up, easy pouch on strap, and listed on the website was $16.20, and I already thought that was absurd. So I was like, okay, I'm no way spending over $1,500 on any bag. That's crazy, and that's pre-tax. Then comes a burning question. I did have to ask him how much the bag was gonna run me, and he said pre-tax was $1,400 something. I don't remember exactly. And I was like, oh, how much is it, you know, with tax? And I didn't know how much cheaper tax was in Hawaii. In New York, tax is 8.875, and I think he said it was gonna be like 6% or something like that. And I was like, wow, like that's insane. So he gave me the price. I think he said like $1,500, and I was like, sold. I was like, here's my credit card, just swipe. The price difference for me was just insane. Like pre-tax, it was about a $200 difference, and I can't even imagine the price difference with New York State tax. Like that would have been absurd to spend if I were to get it in New York. So I was like, you know what, it's a once in a lifetime thing, just live it up. You're in Hawaii, how often are you here? It's the first time. And for me, I wanted to celebrate my milestone. When I bought this in November, I had just gotten off my probation period for my first big corporate girly job. So I was like, you know what, I think I deserve this. And also my birthday was around the corner. I have more than one excuse to actually splurge on myself, so I did it. He's wrapping it up right now, so we're just waiting for him. She is coming home with more. When I gave him my credit card, I was like, make sure it doesn't decline, because like I said, like I don't usually spend over $1,000 at one time. In the back of my mind, I was like finger crossing, please tell me it won't decline, because that'd be super embarrassing. I'm guessing it was based on how excited it was. He looked at me, he said, oh, is this your first time purchasing with us? And I was like, how could you tell? And he was like, okay, let me set up a profile for you with us, so that next time if you do come shopping with us again, we're gonna have your profile ready to go. He made my first time experience so welcoming, so shout out to Lich. Also, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but luxury shopping in New York City is kind of scary, especially with all the side eye the employees give you. The only ever time that I've actually been in a LV store in the city was with my mom. She needed her Neverfull bag straps repaired, so I went in with her. She was browsing for other stuff, and like none of these sales associates wanted to like help us because we're not decked out in luxury wear. And I'm not saying that you should dress to impress, but how would you know that I'm not able to afford something if you don't even ask me? I've always felt so uncomfortable going in there by myself, or even like being in there in person, because they just are so rude to me every time I go in. So thank you, Lich, for making this experience such a good one for me. He was super nice about everything. I didn't feel that passive aggressive tone in his voice. You know, the type of tone that kind of pressures you into doing something that you don't really want to do? Yeah, I didn't feel that with him at all. I felt so comfortable. He was answering all my questions, and I understand he's a sales associate, so he's supposed to be catering to the customer, but I've never felt so cherished as a customer individually as I have with him. And this is not because like he's so good looking or whatever, but his mannerism during the entire encounter was so good. I don't know how to explain it. He kept really good eye contact. He answered all of our questions. Not once did he seem annoyed at us because we were asking a lot of questions and we were just like shifting between like two opinions with the men's wallet and with my bag as well. So the entire hour and some change that we were there, he was super nice and patient with us. So thank you once again. If you guys ever do go down to the LV on Luxury Row in Hawaii, definitely say hi to Lish. He's so nice. I think he deserves all the commission because he does welcome and cherish each one of his customers. So here's the part that you guys have all been waiting for, the unboxing. Obviously, I have used it a few times now since November. It's been a while, but I'm gonna unbox it for you guys anyway. So here is the box. It's super big. It's bigger than one of those wallet ones that you would get. I do have the leather strap outside because I don't really like coiling it too much. I find that it kind of like warps the leather, so I just kind of keep it loosely in the loop like this. Then of course I have the little dust bag and then all the little receipts and ribbons and stuff. So here is the moment. Okay, I don't have the straps on, but like she is a beauty. So there are a couple ways to wear this. I'm gonna put on the leather strap for you first. So here is the first way to wear it. It's gonna be a little shoulder bag moment with the leather strap. I really love the gold detailing all over the bag. It complements the cream really, really well. And one thing I love most about this is that it's kind of like a subtle luxury item. Like it's not super out there with the monogram LV look. Print is embossed, so if you know, you know, and if you don't, you probably won't. The strap is adjustable. On the sides you have two little buckles over here, and what you do is you just unbuckle it like so, and then this side as well, and you kind of just push the buckles together at the very, very top, and it's gonna meet at the top, and you're gonna buckle that, and now you have a much longer strap for a crossbody moment. I do wish the straps were like a teeny bit thicker because if you have a lot of weight in the bag, it does kind of like hurt your shoulder a teeny bit because the top of the strap here is rather thick. So if you have a lot of weight on this little part here, it's definitely gonna dig into your shoulder part. I personally don't carry anything in this bag. I told everybody that this is my going out bag because when I'm going out with this bag, don't expect me to pay. I can't even carry my wallet in here. Then the third way to wear it is with this gold chain. I personally like the gold chain a lot more than the leather because I feel like the gold pops more. I usually wear it with a chain when it's like a night out type of get together because I feel like the gold is such a nice accent to like this cream basic bag. If you guys don't know, I personally prefer gold over silver because I feel like it complements my skin tone way better than silver. So now onto what you can actually fit in the bag. Not a whole lot. The number one question is probably if you can fit your phone in here, and honestly my phone does fit. I have a 13 Pro and it does fit pretty snug. Now onto what else I can fit in here. Let's open her up. I do want to note that the interior of this is super pretty as well. It is a beige with like stripes. Super cute, but again, the color is light and it's so easy, so prone to damages and any imperfections. So I do have a little bag insert with all of my bags that are light colors. I just got this one off Amazon. In one compartment, I do carry cash, okay guys, I'm not a freeloader. So I do have cash in this big compartment here, and if I don't have cash, I probably have like a credit card and my ID in here as well. And then in the middle section, I have a few goodies in here. I have a gold hoop. You guys will probably be like, what the fuck, Jackie? What the hell is this? This is a bag hook, and it honestly comes in such clutch, especially if you don't want to put your bag on the floor, on your lap, or behind your chair. You can just put your bag onto this and hook it to your table. The spring on this is super heavy as well. Like, look at this. It snaps back like crazy, so you don't have to worry about your bag slipping off of this because it will not. I found this on Amazon and they do have a bunch of different colors. I just got this in gold because it matches with everything else from the bag. The hook itself is quite heavy, so if you don't want to carry it in your bag or if you don't have any more space in your bag for it, honestly it doubles as a bangle bracelet. So she's also cute like this too. The next thing I have is like two little mini goodies here. I have a NARS little lippy. I don't even know what this is called, honestly, but it is their, oh, I found it. It is their something lip balm. I can't read right now. And I have it in the shade Laguna. This was part of the Sephora birthday gifts like last year or something like that. So I just find it super cute to like just throw in your bag for like a nice touch up. And then the second thing, you're probably wondering like, what the fuck, Jackie? Why do you need it in your bag? It is this mini Innisfree sunscreen. Don't ask. Sometimes I just need a little extra coverage, or you know, one of my friends may forget to wear it because she usually forgets to wear it. Sarah, you know, I got you, girly. So I just kind of have like this little thing to throw on. Like I said, it's usually a night bag that I wear it out with, so I don't usually need sunscreen, but like it's nice to have because the minis kind of like line the bottom of the pouch lining, so it gives it like a little extra shape. As you guys can tell, it's like super fudged up, but yeah, it just kind of works out. So essentially what I do is I just kind of line the bag with the little minis, so it forms like a little row like that, and then my phone still fits in here like no problem. Boom. Obviously if you don't have as thick of a case like I do, your phone will fit in here better, but because I do have this big ass case, it does make it annoying to like put it in and take it out. So I usually don't put my phone in my bag ever. So another takeaway would be, if you are thinking about getting this bag, be prepared to wear things with pockets because your phone would definitely not fit in here. And I don't know if you guys can tell, my phone's in here, but how am I gonna leave the house and come back in, right? Another thing is, if you are thinking about bringing keys, just make sure somebody's home to open the door for you because it can only hold so much. Then this whole thing just fits in here like so. And voila, you have your easy pouch on strap. That's it for today's unboxing. Thank you for tuning into today's video. I do post everything live on my Instagram, so if you guys are not following, what are you doing? You could have caught this shopping live on my Instagram in November. So if you're not following, again, what are you doing? Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated with my content on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next one.